going on there, guys? We back with another one. We got to talk a little bit more about Jordan Poole before the game tonight. Now, this is a huge game for Jordan Poole. Can he turn this thing around? You look at a team with the defending champs, and you feel like this series still has a chance to be a long series. Like the Lakers' approach with Memphis in the last series, I don't think they can just mail it in for Game 5 and expect to just go home and win Game 6, because so much can go wrong with a defending champion. I mean, you look at it like this. If the series goes as far as it can go, the Warriors have 2 home games and the Lakers only have 1. That got to be the Lakers' mindset. So they still have to have that urgency, is what I'm saying, to close this series out and don't give them no life, because I mean, you look at AD, you look at LeBron's age, you're always, and this is the case for every team, but, with AD's history, you're just one fall away from disaster in this series. But I want to talk a little bit about Jordan Poole. We're going to examine Steve Kerr's comments, and we're going to look at what Steph Curry had to say. And because you got some executives around the league now saying that his game is empty calories, and he has to dispute that claim with his play. And something Draymond did is very interesting, guys. He omitted Jordan Poole's name when talking about this next game coming up. Social media is going crazy with this. Check it out.
Steve Jordan, I think, only played 10 minutes and didn't play in the fourth quarter at all. This is just not the right kind of style of game for him. Why did you go away from it?
It just wasn't his night. He didn't have it going, and it's a game where you're going possession by possession, and we had other guys who were playing well. Moses came in, did a great job, and Dante gave us good minutes. Gary, obviously, starting the game, really gave us a lift. So it was just we went to other guys. It doesn't mean Jordan can't come in and play a big role in Game 6 or Game 5.
Jordan Poole is obviously a really big part of last year's title run, and this postseason he's kind of just struggled with consistency and stuff. I mean, what you guys need him to be successful. So, like, what are you seeing from him, and maybe what's your message to him?
We get questions about him a lot, and our whole team. We're all together in the sense of trying to figure out how to win playoff games. And we all have to make adjustments. We all have to play better, considering we're in a 3-1 hole. So there's no sense of isolating him in this situation. It's all about collectively what can we all do to be better. And the conversations we have in film sessions and on the bench in the locker room are all consistent throughout the season, especially in this playoff run of trying to answer that question. So he's a part of that. We're all a part of that. And if we're going to get out of this hole, we all have to play better.
So that's our goal. Klay will play better. I have no doubt in my mind I'll play better. Steph had an incredible game. Expect more of the same or even more from him. And everybody else will play great. Moses Moody's been giving us great minutes. Dante gave us some good minutes last night. GP gave great minutes. When Loon's in there, he's giving great minutes. Wiggs was aggressive. Listen, I'm living with it. And we just didn't make the plays we needed to make down the stretch to win the game. We'll make those plays. I have no doubt in my mind. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
Yeah, man. So when I see that, that's clearly an oversight of Jordan Poole. Being the guy that's making nearly $150 million, you would expect him to be lifted up by Draymond right there on the podcast. I don't know the status of their relationship at this point. We saw some awkward moments in that Sacramento series, and Jordan Poole is getting a really good lesson in professionalism right now. And by that, I mean, these guys, for the most part, from the beginning, they've been standing with him since the Draymond punch. You had Kevon Looney, Iguodala, Klay, and Steph come to your support. So the other leaders on the team was coming up in defense of you. And I say that just because when you look at Steph and the way he just defended him in that other clip I just showed you, it's the same thing. So you are able to go through your slump publicly with leaders that put places the blame back on themselves. And you don't necessarily get that with every organization or the culture around every organization. So I say that to say you got your back. You got to figure out ways to impact the game doing something else. You know, you got to get your Josh Hart on. You got to get your Bruce Brown on. You know, when they ain't scoring, I could say, okay, well, go guard this talented wing player here and make sure he don't get no easy ones. You getting beat backdoor, your body language, you sulking. And when you do this, your stock starts to go down and your next contract could be significantly less if you continue to show that you aren't this. Like when they put this price tag on you, you have to perform at that price tag level. And you are a player that would have the luxury of playing off the bench and doing it. So you should be flourishing in that. You get to see the tone of the game early on. You get to see things on the court. You get to take the game in and come in and play essentially against second string players. And I think he fell too much into thinking he's the third Splash Brother, and he also fell into the trap of thinking that he has to have the home run play all the time. He got a lot of oohs and ahs last year with some of the plays he made out there, and I think out of habit now he reaches for that play far too much. Like there was no need for him to shoot that deep of a three. Only person I want shooting something that deep that late is Steph Curry. Everybody else needs to get the best shot available. Steph, his is about the moment. You know what I'm saying? However he wants to live in the moment is fine. Klay gets like that too sometimes, but I would like to see Klay take better shots too. You know what I'm saying? But I could live with him missing. Now, Jordan Poole, he has to show the organization again next year why they paid him that much. And they're going to end up probably trying to move him if they lose this, this series right here. What I will say is I think they made some missteps in development. I feel like Jonathan Kuminga and some of those guys should have been able to play through more mistakes. You can't have all that undeveloped athleticism on the bench. They never leaned into developing Wiseman, even if it caused you to play in the play-in. To have someone that size on the court with AD would help you so much at this point. And with that athleticism too, someone who can potentially block one of AD's shots. Developing Jonathan Kuminga. I ain't saying he would be able to stop LeBron or anything. I'm just saying he may be able to get in there and grab some of those tough rebounds amongst the trees. I think you're trying to win the game on the floor, and they're able to win the game close by the rim. So they're going to get more quality shots more often. And it's LeBron James and Anthony Davis. So you definitely need someone who can compete with them, or they just gonna beat you up inside and get whatever they want at critical points in the game, or you gonna be double teaming them so much that other players are gonna get shots they're comfortable with, and they have competent enough players to make plays out there on the floor now. So you don't just have LeBron, AD, and then another max player, which they were doing for so long. They tried to just keep getting max player, but no, they have a roster now. And I'm going to give all that to Rob Pelinka again, man, because he didn't listen to them. They were sulking about not getting Kyrie, and now they have a team that's ready to, they get by this series. I mean, a lot of people's picking Denver, man, but I don't know if Denver's going to beat them. Now, Denver should have a shot for sure with their youth and their depth, but I just feel like Jokic, just the way he plays, doesn't dominate AD enough for me. Now, granted, they had Dwight Howard last time, and he gave Jokic some problems. But We'll just see how that goes, if that's how the matchup materializes, guys. But shoot, let me know what you guys think in the comments. You think Draymond purposefully left Jordan Poole out when he was talking about the next game, or you think that's just a little oversight? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, peace.